Hello and welcome back to What I Wished I'd Known About Self-Publishing Before I Got Started. I'm Karlie with Dragon Key Press, and today I want to talk to you about Goodreads. Now, Goodreads you may think is just, hey, I can blah 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 blah, look up books and reviews and blah 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 blah. Well, I'm here to tell you that's actually not all it's good for. It's actually really great for authors too. There are people out there who actually do have whole hour-long courses on how to use Goodreads for marketing, etc. I'm going to try and condense what I've learned from them and from my own experience doing that into as short a time as possible because, yeah, there's a lot you can do with Goodreads. Okay, if you have a Goodreads account, I strongly encourage you to get an author account. It's been so long since I set up my author account, I honestly can't remember how to do it, but having that author dashboard is awesome. I'm just saying. As you can see here, it has my basic stats. I have 12 works currently listed on here. Books that I've added to my own collection that other people have written, over 2,000. I apparently have 83 followers, and I have been had my books added by over 1,000 unique users. I apparently have 271 friends, and those are the amount of books I've added to my own personal lists and the number of books I've actually reviewed. Because, hey, you got to review, right? And then it will show you the books you actually have up on the Goodreads. These are things you actually have to add to have to claim them, just like with Amazon Author Central. Even though Goodreads is pretty much owned by Amazon, you will have to actually go and add them in yourself. Now, to do that kind of thing, you're actually going to need to say, add a book. Then you're going to put in the title, the sort by title, like its example is the Da Vinci Code. You put Da Vinci Code, comma, the, so articles don't come at the front. The author name, if there's any additional roles you need to add, extra authors, etc. The ISBN, if you have the full 13 version, just put the 13 there. The ASIN is the number that Amazon uses when you do it in ebook format. And of course, the name of the publisher, when it was published, how many pages it has, what format, and look at that. You can add all the kinds of formats that it has. And there are 50 million different types of formats you can add. If there's a specific edition, then of course your blurb and whatever language it happens to be. If it has a different original title, publication date, and then you will create it. Then you can actually also add in your cover image so that it's all happy honky donkey. And then it shows up on Goodreads, woohoo! And on your little, hey, these are my books. Which actually allows people to put in their different reviews, etc., their stars. And some of these actually do translate over from Amazon. Some of them don't. Some people will put it here and there. Some people don't. It's kind of hit and miss depending on that, but it's a great marketing tool because your books are all right here. And they can automatically see, hey, if you liked this book, then, hey, it's going to also be blah, 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 blah. This person also wrote whatever. Then it'll show you the different stores where you can get a copy, any libraries that it sees, which, hey, in another video I talked about WorldCat, and then you can look and see, look, hey, there it is, woo! And it'll actually show you the different libraries where it is, and that's totally awesome. Most people don't necessarily push that button, so, you know, it's fun. Trust me. You'd be surprised where some of your things actually end up. Now, here are some of the fun author tools you can play with. The book stats kind of give you how many ratings you've got, how many reviews, how many people have it on their want to read list, how many people have added to their shelves. and kind of an idea of when they did all of this. This has some new activity, which is awesome, after not a lot of activity. But part of that's really just my fault because I really haven't done much marketing on this. Shame on me. But this is for all 4 editions. Or you can say, I just want the edition that I just put up there. Whatever. And then you kind of can go back and we'll look at, hey, there's a widget. What's this? You may ask. This allows you to basically put widgets or little appy app things on your own personal website that you can have them click on to go to whatever it is. A sample of it might be something like this. But that's not something you need to worry about as much until you actually have a website. Another great thing about Goodreads is there are giveaways that you can do. Now, these used to be free until Goodreads decided, hey, we can actually make some money off of this. But they give you the option of choosing a print book giveaway or an ebook giveaway. Of course, for them, it would be Kindle only. And you can give up to 100 copies with no book cost or shipping hassle. It will be instant delivery, blah, 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 once the winners, etc., etc. And it's available to publishers and self-published authors who use KDP. You have to use KDP to make use of this. Now, if you're doing a physical copy, this is a do-it-yourself option to get your printed books in people's hands. It's ideal for giving away small numbers of copies to readers, hoping that they will actually review. Don't expect them to necessarily do it, though, because, it's hit and miss on whether they do or don't. And it is offered for US and Canada marketplaces only, but it's available to all publishers and authors, self-published, traditional published. Just know it's gonna cost. And yeah, look at that price for the premium package. Ouch. And even the standard is rather ouch on the bank if you don't have a lot of money going on. But these are great tools if you have the money to help get your book discovered, to get people excited about your book. Those who actually enter the giveaways don't actually have to pay anything, which, is great for them. But if you want to have your book given away, this will have it featured on friends' news feeds, an email sent to your followers. It will remind people to review the book. Entrants have to add the book to their want to read list, which makes it more visible because people look at those things. The premium listings will give it in the giveaway section of the Goodreads, which means if people search through hey, are these giveaways, blah, 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 you can say, oh, hey, that's a giveaway. Oh, that one sounds fun. And it offers personalized emails sent to anyone who doesn't win the giveaway. Now, honestly, I think the price isn't worth it myself. It was so much better when it was free. But hey, if you have the money and the means and you want to do it, by all means, give it a go. If, however, you have a smaller budget, do the ebook giveaway. See, here's an example of their giveaway page where they're just like, hey, these are different giveaways you have that you can actually enter in and hope and pray you actually win anything on. Otherwise, you're going to just have to, whatever. If you choose to do the Kindle book giveaway, you have the option of saying, I am a publisher. If you are not just self-publishing, I would go more of that. But if you are self-publishing, say, I am an author using Kindle. So this would be me saying, hey, this is me. And they still make it super pricey. So either way, it's going to be pricey. But that's okay. There are other things you can do with Goodreads that you may not think about. And it's kind of fun. When you are actually looking at this page, you can put on there your own review, as it were. And this isn't something where you say, this book is wonderful and awesome, la 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 la. This is actually where you can kind of put in there something that is personal to you about the book that might give them a little more insight and things like that. It's not necessarily you reviewing your own book. This is you giving some extra insights that might actually generate more buzz for your book. And if you're going to do that, don't give yourself a star rating, because that looks like you're basically just patting yourself on the back. Yay, woohoo. Very unprofessional. Now, when you are on your main Goodreads page, you may remember the whole, hey, currently reading section. You can read your own books, and it shows up on your feed, and it shows up on your friend's feed every time you update your progress in reading. So, hey, I'm going to say I am now on page 7 of this book, and I get to say something fun about it. Like for my One Cold Autumn Day, it's about migration. I love the animals and learning about which ones migrate. And then I can say, update! And this will actually pop up on all of my friends' feeds. And they can look and say, oh, hey, that's cool. I didn't know that about this book, and that might get more interest. And you can do that for pretty much any of your books. Just if you're going to do that, make sure you do it consistently. Now, when you are setting up your books on here, there are some people who suggest that if you have an upcoming book, to go ahead and create a place saver page for it, where you put an image of something coming soon, or cover coming soon, or something with maybe a sort of blurb. But it's been my personal experience that changing it is a pain, because you actually have to get the librarians who help maintain the site to help change that for you. And sometimes they're not very prompt. So I personally wait until I have my cover ready to go, the blurb ready to go, and I know what my ISBNs are so that I can put it on there. And it also helps if you know the links of where they're going to be sold. So pre-order links, if you have them at that point, are essential if you're going to set up your book on this beforehand. Otherwise, you just added the new editions as they become available. Now, there's a lot of things you can explore, and there's a lot of things you can use here. Putting your author profile and those kinds of things really makes this kind of fun. And then you can share it on Twitter if you have a Twitter, Facebook, Pinterest, etc. if you choose to use those. But I suggest reading the author tutorial. There's a crap ton of information on there, more than I want to go through right now, because I'm trying to keep my videos under 20 minutes. Doesn't know what happened. But think about using Goodreads as a promotional tool. You can actually hook up things on there that make your blog appear on the Goodreads. If you have a blog, mirror those kinds of things over there. You can kind of keep an eye on any of the books that may have been downloaded from here, because they actually allow that kind of thing. Sometimes people will contact you through Goodreads, but kind of look around, see what's there. I've kind of given you a basic idea of things you can do to use it to help promote your books. And if you have any comments or questions, feel free to drop them in the comment box or email me or whichever, and I will do my best to follow up and give you any more information on this that I can. Now, just keep in mind, it does take some work to keep everything up and going, to keep that interest. I forget about Goodreads, and every couple months I say, oh hey, I made progress, I read 2 more pages in my book, and that's okay. If you don't do it consistently, whatever. Though there are people who recommend you do it at least once a week. Some people say you should do it every day. But you know what your budget is for your time and your energy. So just keep that in mind if you're going to go and use Goodreads. But I do strongly suggest you at least go on there and put your books on there so that they are there, even if you don't use it as an author marketing tool. I hope you have learned something useful, though, and I'm going to go ahead and cut things off here before I get all kinds of crazy on anything else that you might possibly use with Goodreads. I am Karlie with Dragon Key Press. I hope you learned something new, and I hope to see you next time.